Hi, welcome all here to our focus group on financial advisors and education. I really appreciate you taking your time out of the day in order to come here and learn a little bit more about financial management in education. So I got a couple of questions for you. This is kind of casual. We're just going to go from here. Jim's going to be answering some of your questions and commenting on your answers to these questions. Do you have a financial advisor?
Yes, Mark, I do.
And how did you select that person?
Well, I work for an educational system, and I didn't really think a lot about financial advisors, but they're always around somewhere. And this young lady came and knocked on my door and asked me if I had one, and I said no, and so she convinced me that I needed one. So that's how I picked mine.
So Ed, I got a couple questions for you about that. So how does that person interface with you on an ongoing basis? How do they communicate with you? What do you talk about? How often? That kind of thing.
That's a great question. She is constantly giving me phone calls, asking me if I need more information. I get mailings from her and from her company. I wouldn't consider her very proactive in terms of offering me any things in particular. Mostly she just asked if I have any questions, do I want to invest more money? I usually say I'm really busy and come back later, and it's about the last I hear from her.
Yeah. So do you make changes to your investment portfolio? I mean, do you add bonds or stocks or different kinds of things? Is that important to you? Do you make those?
It's important to me. I'm a neophyte when it comes to that, although I've been in education for a lot of years. Truly need guidance and somebody to sit me down and to take away the mystery behind it and to be very practical with me.
Yep. Have you done any financial planning, any kind of formal sort of written financial plans with that person?
I have not.
Yeah. Okay.
I know I should, but I have not.
So in my world, we'd call you a delegator, right? You're trying to delegate that out to someone. I hope that you maybe in the future take time to meet with that person to look at those asset allocation models. And that's a big word for how your money's spread out between stocks and bonds and small caps and large caps and whatever, just to make sure that it's on track, because I think that's a really valuable component and something an advisor should be doing for you. And probably do a retirement plan because, as I love to quote Yogi Berra, and he always says, if you don't know where you're going, you might end up somewhere else. So probably a pretty reasonable idea to do that.